Welcome to the Adhocracy Show. On today's show,
A search and find poster contest.
designing a logo.
And a sweet announcement for you, our viewers.
We'll be back. Welcome back. I'm JD Melville.
And I'm David Landeen, and we would like to welcome you to our show, the Adhocracy Show, the weekly source for art, advertising, marketing, and design.
Absolutely. While you're here, while you're just sitting there, there's a little button down below, a little thumbs up. Give us a little thumbs up.
I think, is it here?
It's on one of the sides.
I think it's on this side.
I think it's on the, yeah. I think this subscribe is right around here as well.
Yeah.
Click on that as well. Subscribe to our show. We have a show every Monday. And it's pretty exciting.
I would say it's extremely exciting.
Extremely.
Like, Michael Bay meets every action movie ever. That much excitement.
Yeah.
And I think that you, our viewers, feel that excitement building. It's like Sunday night, you can't sleep because you're like, there's a new episode tomorrow.
I know I can't.
I'm usually uploading it, so I can't.
Well, talking about excitement, we have our very first contest for you. This is really exciting.
That's the contest noise.
That's the contest noise.
Contest
I like
noise.
the contest noise.
I know.
Well, right now, behind David Landeen, and we'll put this graphic up on the screen as well.
Okay.
We have a poster contest. This poster, of course, it is an image of something extremely zoomed in. If you've ever played with the color picker or the digital color meter in your utilities, it zooms in really close.
Is it in Photoshop? Or is it all Adobe or just Photoshop?
It's in an Adobe product.
Oh, okay.
So in an Adobe product, well,
I do video, so what do I know?
the color picker is a utility within the Mac system. The image that you see behind David is an image of something within the Adobe suite.
Oh, okay.
So it's something super zoomed in, and your contest is whoever finds this and is able to accurately describe where this is and what it is.
And you have to take or you can screenshot your screen, like your Mac or whatever, your screen there, showing the color picker where it is. Find a way of letting us know that you found it.
Absolutely. The person who does that and is a subscribe to our video,
yes, you have to be a subscriber,
will win a copy of the poster and a very special prize that you will not want to miss. So, go ahead, start opening your Adobe products, take a look in there, and see if you can find where this image is.
If you have questions about that, we can help explain more on Facebook.
Yeah.
Or however you want to communicate with us, be it through the comments or on Facebook. But this is could be an ongoing thing. So
yeah.
Who will be our first winner ever? You can hold that title for the rest of your life.
You will go down in the Hall of Fame on our Wikipedia page when we get a Wikipedia page, if that ever happens.
It will happen.
Will it? Hopefully.
Yes.
Question mark?
Yes.
All right. Well, today we're going to be talking about designing a logo. We're actually going to split this up over 3 videos and talk about each section of those videos. And then we've got a very excitement announcement. A very excitement at the very end of this video for you, our viewers. So we're gonna talk about designing a logo.
Hey, JD, I have a question.
David, you have a question. What is that question?
How do you design a logo?
I'm glad you asked. What do you consider the process of designing a logo would be?
You go to your cousin and you say, hey, you know how to use Illustrator. Can you make me a logo by tomorrow? And then they do it, and it becomes the next Nike logo.
This could almost be a don't say that episode. No, there's a lot that goes into designing a logo. You may know that, okay, as a company, there is a product that you're needing There's money going to be given, but all of that in-between stuff is still just a mystery. You have no clue what's going to go on there. We're here to kind of show that for both the designer to help you out, as well as anyone coming to this as needing a logo designed.
Now, let me just say, one of the reasons that this came up is because I was talking to somebody and they were saying that they were starting a business and they wanted to learn how to design a logo. Mm-hmm. And they said they went out and they couldn't find any videos about this. There's no resources about how to design a logo. There were videos about hire us to design a logo, but nothing about, if you need your own, here's how you do it. So we're hoping that also you can use this process if you need to design your own logo, that hopefully this can also help you.
Yeah, absolutely. And the first step before designing a logo, if you jump right to the computer, you're probably doing it wrong. There's a lot that goes into it. Let's look at the definition of a logo. The definition of a logo from the dictionary is a symbol or other design adopted by an organization to identify its products, uniforms, vehicles, etc. So it's not your entire brand. We can cover brand in a different video. But it is sort of that one mark that people are going to look for when they know what your product is. It's going to be that one little symbol that hops off the package that makes someone go, ooh, this is interesting. I want to try that.
It does need to match your brand, however.
It does, yes. The brand and your logo need to match. But usually, for most people, the logo is sort of a starting point. It's where they start. They don't usually go, okay, I need a brand, even though that should probably be considered in that original development. So one of the things that designers are going to need, or you're going to need, if you've started a business, if you're on the business side, you know this very well. You've gone through, you've done competitive analysis, you've done your projections, you've done your strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, threats. You've done all of that pre-work that has informed you in your business decisions. This logo should help help your business with those business directions, with what you're going in the future, even problems that you have.
So basically, step one is research.
Absolutely. Research. The designer or yourself, either way, is going to need a lot of information about your market, about your audience, about who you're going to talk to. I mean, we went through this as we started this channel.
We really thought about what our message would want to be and what our look and feel we wanted it to be. And I mean, there was a lot of different versions of our logo before we finally landed on, the one that you see or saw at the beginning of this video.
Absolutely. And the interesting thing is that the logo can do a lot of work for you. It can be the thing that helps really push your business objectives. It can kind of hint to where you're going in the future. It can help boost sales. On the opposite side, if it's just thrown together, it can hurt your business. It can put you in a product value range that isn't yours. So if you have like a high product brand and something's just thrown to you by your nephew or niece on Photoshop, and it doesn't look and match that high brand, it's going to drag your product down, or it's going to hurt your sales because people are going to come to it and it's not going to jive with that. This is an expensive brand.
Wait, you hear that? That's all the viewers saying, but JD, what about that logo that was just drawn on the napkin and is now like the best logo in the world? That was just thrown together.
I would say in most cases, it's not just like a quick thing that's just done. Now, things like Twitter, where they bought, a stock image off of the internet for $5. They still went through all that pre-work to really decide what they wanted. Now, granted, the logo that they went with was a little bit less, developed and they've even developed it over time. But it also gains a lot of momentum after it's made. So if you're going to use this as the crux and the head of your company, the face, the image that everyone's looking for, why not make sure that it's headed in the right direction from the beginning, right?
Exactly.
Why wouldn't you?
Because you're lazy. No.
Now, each designer is different in how they work, right? We all kind of come to things differently. We have different formulas. But every designer that you work with should be brought up to speed on what your business is, what your audience is. All of this stuff gets boiled down into what's called a creative brief.
If you want to know more about the creative brief, we did an episode about it. It was our How to Prepare for the Super Bowl commercials episode.
Yeah.
Where we went through what a creative brief is and what it can do or not do.
Yeah. Yeah, and especially in that episode, we're talking about an advertising creative brief that talks about who needs to market, what does it need to accomplish, who is that target market, what do we know about them, what are the interesting things, what's that one message that's going to get across. Those are the things that get boiled down into this creative brief. The creative brief sort of acts as a way to judge how the logo has, after the logo's been made, we can say, is it accomplishing what we've decided it needs to. Mm-hmm. It also helps kind of be a springboard for ideas. So, these little insights, what do we know about our audience? Those things can kind of create little ideas. The biggest idea behind this research and development phase is to come up with your concept. Come up with the idea that's going to best fit and the best direction so that when the logo is made, it's going to really direct into that one direction. Into the direction.
Yes, it directs into the direction.
So after the creative brief is done, you might think the designer hops onto the computer, whips up a quick logo.
Control-Alt logo.
Control-Alt logo. Or if you're on a Mac, Control-Command logo.
Yes.
That's all we do. You might think that you are now going to be the next Nike, the next Apple, the next McDonald's. Well, the designer needs to really take that stuff. They need to put it into their head so that when they're working on this, when they're out in the world looking at inspiration, this stuff, really comes to life.
And I know when we're doing a logo at work, I mean, you have 5 designers who all create 5 different logos, all have a different look and feel, and then it's slowly narrowed. I mean, it's not creative brief done, logo done, perfect. There is a lot that goes into this. So, if let's say you're a business and you hire a designer and they come back the next day with your logo, you may want to have them go back and say, no, let's look at this a little bit more, because they need to be doing their research. They need to be doing more for your brand and for your company than just going on and drawing what their first impression is.
Yeah.
And there's a lot more that goes into that.
Yeah, absolutely. You should have them in for a meeting to discuss your company. You should have them meet some of your audience. They should meet some of your employees. They should be able to question what's going on. How do you feel about this brand? How do you feel about what's going on? What are the objectives? This can also tell a lot about your business. It's a really great thing to do on the business side because you see a lot of places where you might be able to strengthen brand or strengthen different parts of your company. Yeah. So, like you talked about the concepting and the actual creation of the logo, we're going to talk about in the next video. So you'll want to check that out. But just to illustrate this a little bit better, we are going to, here's the announcement, very exciting.
Boy, that's
the contest noise.
We need a different, okay. Sorry.
We are going to create a logo for you, our viewers. We're going to create a logo for our viewers, and we're going to need your input. We're going to talk to you. And what we're going to do is we're going to basically go through all of this process that we're going to explain and show you each step of the way as we find more information, as we boil it down to a creative brief, as we do the research and development. We're going to show every bit of this to you, and we'll make a logo. So at the very end of this, you will have your very own logo.
We'll make stickers. We'll make all this stuff that you can get. You can wear it wear the badge of honor.
Ooh, a badge of honor.
That's right.
Let's make a badge. That would be cool. Yeah. Okay. So you can have a badge. You can have a sticker. This is going to be for you. It'll be yours. So first off, we want to say, what would you want to be called? What would our community be called?
Some ideas we had were the Adhocracy Show, so you could be the ad hocs. If you have a better idea, we would love to hear it. Mm-hmm. Because again, we sometimes go in with the first impression. We don't, we want to research this.
We want to go into many ideas. What does our audience look like? Tell us who you are. What things are important to you, especially about our show.
Now's the time to talk, because if you don't collaborate with us, then you just get stuck with whatever logo we make for you.
Which is still going to be fantastic.
That's true.
I promise. And then on the other side, creatives. What does your process look like? What do you do before you start a logo? Let us know in the comments below on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram.
And thank you for liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing to this channel. And I think for our fun fact of the week.
If you subscribe to this channel right now, we will know who our audience is and who to create this logo for.
That's actually true.
Is it?
I think so.
Yeah. We got into some candy. You know how they used to have like the
Oh,
bins.
The bins, yeah.
I think we both took a Hershey's Kiss. We stole a Hershey's Kiss